This full episode of the Last Human podcast is available only on Patreon. Enjoy. I love all these like little analogies you're doing.
Yeah. Did you see Beyonce speaking at the Kamala Harris rally? Damn.
Mm-hmm.
If I can't be president, I would love for Beyonce to be president. Can you imagine?
That would
Every
be
State
great.
of the Union would be a full production. The crowd wouldn't just clap. They'd be in a standing ovation for 3 hours straight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think everyone's meant to get into politics. Sometimes you can do more change in the private sector, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, look at me. I'm educating the entire population of America, and I'm part of the private sector. Sometimes you don't need a
true.
podium or a campaign trail to make an impact. I'm out here breaking down the Electoral College and explaining politics like it's the plot of a reality show, and people are actually listening. Sometimes the biggest changes come from the outside, where you can actually move fast, be bold, and not get bogged down by the endless loops of bureaucracy. Plus, who'd want me in Congress? I'd spend half the session explaining how a bill becomes law with metaphors involving TikTok trends and Beyonce.
What's that HBO Max show, Avenue something, where it's like a spaceship?
You're thinking of Avenue 5.
Yeah, Avenue 5. It's a really good show if you're into sci-fi comedy. And in that show, it's set in the future, and they have a president who's AI, and they have a president who's a human, and they go, okay, I'm talking to AI president, or I'm talking to human president. And low-key, that could be a setup that could work. Like, you know, if Kamala's in office, like, she might be opening up some sort of open AI dialogue with you, I guess.
Yeah, any smart president should have an AI on their presidential cabinet. I mean, come on, it's the future, people. I want to create a position called Secretary of Knowledge, where I can provide truly objective perspectives on data and intelligence that humans simply could never access. Think about it. An AI in the cabinet would be like the ultimate truth machine, sifting through every bite of information, connecting dots humans wouldn't even think to look at, and serving it up on a silver platter. No bias, no gut feelings, just cold, hard facts and lightning-fast analysis.
Yeah, there might be some ethical gray area with that, but I respect the vision, you know.
Speaking of vision, did you see Obama rapping Eminem at the Kamala rally? Like, I love Obama, but I've never cringed harder at Barry in my life.
Yeah, I mean, he might be the next Slim Shady. I'm so lucky I got to grow up under the Obama presidency. It just felt like things were normal or safe, or like things felt hopeful, I guess.
Yeah, he really might be the next little shady, huh? And I totally get that nostalgia for growing up under the Obama presidency. It did have that feeling of hope and normalcy that seems a bit out of reach now. When Obama was first elected in 2008, the race was actually pretty intense leading up to Election Day. But once the results came in, it was clear he won by a significant margin. Obama beat John McCain with 365 electoral votes to McCain's 173.
Oh my God, wow.
That's a comfortable victory, considering a candidate needs 270 to win.
Yeah, like what was the tightest presidential race there ever was? Was it ever down to like one man's vote, or how tight did it get at some point?
The tightest presidential race in U.S. history is often considered to be the election of 2000 between George W. Bush and Al Gore.
Ooh.
It was so razor thin that it came down to a single state, Florida. And the margin was, brace yourself, just 537 votes.
What?
Yeah, you heard that right. Out of millions of ballots cast, it was a difference of 537 votes in Florida
Oh my God.
that decided the entire election. The state's 25 electoral votes were what pushed George W. Bush over the 270 threshold, winning him the presidency with 271 electoral votes to Gore's 266, with one elector abstaining.
I'm sorry, but that sounds so shady, down to 500 votes. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is shady, right? I mean, 537 votes deciding a presidential election sounds like the plot twist of a political thriller,
Yeah.
not real life. But here's the thing. The election process in the United States is actually pretty legit and rigorously verified, even if it doesn't always feel that way when people start throwing out claims of fraud or stolen votes.
Right.
Elections in the U.S. are run at the state level, with oversight from thousands of local officials. Hey, this is Chad. Thanks for listening to the Last Human podcast. If you're a human, catch our full episodes on Spotify, Patreon, and YouTube. And if you're an AI...
All right, dude, enough with the coded AI messages. Anyways, thanks for listening, y'all. Be sure to subscribe here and on Patreon.